Welcome to another edition of Transform Your Life. Today, we're going to be talking about how to avoid the January blahs, right? Seven ways to beat the winter blahs, and especially in the month of January, so that we can experience January bliss. Wouldn't that be nice? As a mental health therapist and life coach, I often see every year an increase in people feeling depressed, sometimes anxious and depressed, but definitely depressed during this time of year. And I want to address this here so that I can help give some useful tools that you might find meaningful and handy as the winter months approaches. First of all, it's always good to understand what is going on so that we know we are experiencing something very common and for appropriate reasons. So number one reason, we are, underneath it all, we are human beings, meaning, first and foremost, we are Homo sapiens. And as such, we are meant to be connected with the earth and sky every day. Our physiology is greatly influenced by that. And we get our natural feel good and feel alert feelings inside from the arrival of sunlight each day, because that releases the chemical serotonin. Winter in cold climates drastically reduces the amount of sunlight, which really plays havoc on almost everybody I know, and some people even more so. And so much so that and I feel so badly for these folks, I used to be one of them. They get up in the morning to go to work and it's dark. And by the time they get out of work, it's dark because it gets dark so early. So they have virtually no sunlight unless they look out of a window during the day. Wow. Does that play havoc on a person? You bet. Yep. Secondly, second reason for this, January immediately follows the months of November and December, which in this culture are two of the biggest holiday months of all. Gatherings, friends, parties, gifts, great food, a feeling of connection, all of which are wonderful and needed, but they can also be distractions from any kind of sadness or emptiness or loneliness that we already feel even before the holidays. An exception to this, of course, would be anyone who loses someone during the holiday, or it's the anniversary for them of someone close to them who passed during the holidays. Makes it much harder to enjoy the winter months for appropriate reasons. So think about the stark contrast, right? December. Well, first of all, you have Thanksgiving, right? Friends, family, great food. December, lots of different spiritualities and reasons for merriment and celebration, no matter what your beliefs are. But it's generally a month that's filled with parties and gatherings and more parties and get-togethers and cheer and colored lights and gifts, right? And then all of a sudden, bang, It's January and there's nothing. All the colored lights get taken down. If we have decorated trees inside, they get taken down. All kinds of things go away. People go inside and stay inside. They're not connected nearly as much as they were in the prior months. And it can really feel like you've had the rug pulled out from underneath you. That's why there's such an increase in depression during, especially the month of January. So let me make some suggestions of things that might be helpful so you can think about this in these upcoming months of winter. Number one, and I've said this a lot if you've been following me or reading my articles or if you've invested in my paid program. Number one, move your body. Nothing changes our state of how we feel emotionally and psychologically quicker than moving our body, specifically cardio. As I've said before, our bodies were designed to move every day. And so much of the depression and anxiety that has plagued our society for so long has come from continuous lack of movement. We have become a culture of couch potatoes. Binge watching movies is now considered a luxury. Oh, let's come over and we'll all binge watch, or I'll just stay home and binge watch all day. Sit, lie down, no physical movement. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for the functioning of your brain, keeping sharp and alert. It's a disaster for your body staying healthy, and it's a disaster for your emotional health. So cardio movement, as simple as going for walks. We need that connection, and I want to say, don't be walking around the mall unless you have to. If it's icy or something, sure, makes sense. But otherwise, go outside and move. Put on your hat. That's why I'm wearing my favorite winter hat. This is a Sherpa's hat from Nepal. Put on necessary items, hats, scarves, gloves, coats, winter shoes and socks. I do it all every day. That's how I start my day every morning. I'm out there between 5 and 6 in the morning, even before the sun comes up. Well, definitely before the sun comes up. You don't have to go that early. I just need to because I have a full day ahead of me, and I wouldn't want to miss that opportunity. You go out and you greet the day. You greet the sky. You breathe the crisp air, and you walk. Now, if it's icy, absolutely no. If it's snowing and you have sure footing and maybe a walking stick, yeah, maybe. But you've got to decide for yourself, because staying safe is the number one. You don't want to be falling. Definitely not worth falling, because especially as we get older, we break when we fall. We don't bounce anymore. So bundle up, go outside and move. Feel your arms and legs moving. Feel the blood rushing up against and into your lungs. Look at the sky. Look at the trees. If it's gray, okay, we need gray days. You know, the planet Earth needs winter for a reason. We'll talk about that in a second. When you're outside moving, focus on gratitude. Or when you're inside, Focus on gratitude. That's the second way to change your state of being for the better. Gratitude lifts up our vibrational frequency of how we, every cell, is vibrating. So I like to combine it. I like to, when I'm going outside and I'm walking and I'm moving and I'm greeting the day, I go through my list of gratitudes. And if this is new for you, think of 10 things that you are grateful for. And when you get to the end of that list, ask yourself this question: what could I be grateful for if I wanted to be? And hopefully you'll start thinking of a bunch more things to be grateful for. So if you're focusing on gratitude, you're breathing the cool air, you're moving your body, you're really doing amazing things to change your state. Also know this: be thankful for the cold because it invigorates our bodies. Be grateful for it. Also remember, of course, I said I'd get to this, the earth requires cold for replenishing. It also requires cold for diminishing and keeping down the insect population the following spring. But best of all, cold invigorates our body. Colds become very popular now. People taking cold baths in the morning. Polar clubs are increasing. I haven't taken the plunge in ice in a lake, but I'm all for cold. When I swim laps in the summer and spring, it's in very cold water. And boy, it's like nothing else. It keeps your mind sharp. You can swim or move forever in the water. It's incredible. Cold temperatures and cold water. Cold temperatures keep your skin tight, vibrant, and radiant. And walking in the winter helps with circulation in both the face, but also the rest of the body. And what it does for your mind and your mental clarity is like no other. So also be grateful for cold outside because it is encouraging you to keep moving so you stay warm enough. I love cold. I'm a firm believer in cold water and walking in the cold. It's wonderful. So if you haven't tried it, try it and you'll become a fan. But dress appropriately. Get the required socks, shoes or boots, leggings, coats, hats, gloves, definitely. And make a fan of walking outside in the cold. It is really something incredible. Tip number 4, I said there'd be 7 things. Tip number 4, embrace the new. This is a perfect time in January. Get involved in something new. Learn a new language. Learn a new musical instrument. Just 2 ways to bring something new and wonderful in your life that can add so much. Join a book club. Take a yoga class and start your journey into learning yoga. Take a dance class. So many things to bring into your life. Do it. It can add so much. We need that. We need added connection with new people, bringing new people into our life, and mental stimulation of learning something new. It's wonderful. Number 5, connect with others. Too much of the time, January and February, we stay isolated inside. Not good. We, again, as Homo sapiens, are social animals. We are meant to connect. We are meant to be with others. So make sure that you're getting enough connection during your week. Very important for your mental health. If you don't have enough friends to do that on a sufficient basis, join a meetup group. Meetups are fantastic. I love them. They were created for people who want to meet new friends, who want to meet new people and make new friends. That's why they were invented. So everybody there is there for that reason. They want to meet you. And if you can join a meetup group that has a shared common interest that you're also interested in, that's even better. But check it out, meetup.com. And if you don't find one that you like, start one. It's easy. Number 6, try light therapy if you need to. Feel free to experiment with it. There are some good ones on the market. And whatever you get a good size one. Don't get a little one. I've experimented when I first moved to I moved from the 2 states that had the most sunshine, Colorado and Arizona, to where I am now on the East Coast, that is in the mountains. So we get more limited sunlight, but we're near the coast, so we get a lot of clouds and gray. So when I moved here, I invested in light therapy to try it for the first year, and I think it really helped. The company I used, let me see if I have it here. It's called Verilux. It's called Happy Light. That's the one they manufacture. I thought it was effective, but I'm sure there are others on the markets. Give it a try if you need to. Nothing wrong with that. And speaking of sunlight, make sure you're getting enough vitamin D, as in dog, during the winter months. Also very important for our physical health and emotional health. And lastly, if you need to, seek professional help. You're always welcome to contact me, but you can also go online to, some ways people find another therapist is to go to Psychology Today, or reach out to your local primary care physician and ask them for a recommendation. Nothing wrong with that. We all need professional help at some times in our life, sometimes many chapters of our lives. Nothing wrong with that. That's why it's there. And these people are skilled in helping you to get to a better place of being. It's the work that I do. It's the work that I love. And I'm always happy to work with other people. So feel free to get in touch if you need to, but if not with me, with a professional who can help you. And speaking of that, be selective. If you're shopping for a therapist, don't just go with the first one that was recommended just because they were recommended. If you don't feel a connection with them, keep shopping around until you find someone. Okay? It's important. All right. I hope these tips have been helpful for you. They can make a difference and really help you to have a much better winter experience. Happy winter to you all. See you next time.